Ever had one of those light bulb moments for a new app and just thought, how on earth does something like that actually get made? It can seem pretty complicated, right? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain. We're going on a journey from that very first spark of an idea all the way to launching a finished product out into the world.
It's this amazing process, really, that blends pure creativity with some serious logic. So let's dive in and start right at the beginning, the place where every single digital product is born.
It all starts right here, with a simple thought. But the best ideas, they're not just random. They almost always start with a problem that's just begging for a solution. When we hear the word invention, we usually picture some kind of physical gadget, right? But an app or a website, that's an invention too. It's a new process that's built to solve a specific problem. And the really great apps, they often solve a problem you didn't even know you had, like finding the fastest way through traffic or staying in touch with friends on the other side of the planet. Okay, so an idea is a great start, but it's just that, a start. To turn that idea into something real, something tangible, you need a plan. You need a blueprint. This is where we figure out exactly how this thing is going to work, step by step.
And this is what we call the design phase. It's where you map everything out before a single piece of the product actually gets built. A really solid design is the foundation for everything else that comes after. Without it, you're pretty much just flying blind.
Now, in the world of software and apps, this blueprint has a very specific name. We're not talking about a rough sketch on a napkin here. We're talking about a detailed step-by-step set of instructions, and it's called an algorithm.
I know, the word algorithm can sound a little intimidating, but honestly, it's just a fancy term for a recipe. That's it. It's a precise sequence of actions that, if you follow them perfectly, will get you to your goal and solve the exact problem you set out to fix.
Check this out. It's a perfect example. This is an algorithm for a super simple joke app. See how it's just a logical sequence of steps? Start the program, ask the user what they want, choose a joke, show it to them, then ask if they want another one. Simple, right? This is the core logic, the brain, that will eventually become our app's code.
Okay, so we have our recipe, our algorithm, but how do we actually give that recipe to the computer? I mean, it can't read our language. And that brings us to the next critical step, translating our human-friendly plan into a language that the machine can actually understand.
And that translation process, that's what we call coding. We take our algorithm step by step and we rewrite it using a specific programming language. Essentially, we're giving the computer its to-do list in the only language it truly speaks.
And the final result of all that coding is a program. It's the complete set of instructions, born from our algorithm, that makes the app actually come to life and do something. So, what makes a program more than just a simple list? It's powerful tools like these. A loop lets the program do something repetitive without you having to write the same line of code 1,000 times. And selection, well, that's what gives it a brain. It lets the program make choices. If the user picks animal jokes, show an animal joke. If not, show something else. This is the foundation of all interactivity. And how does a program remember things, like which joke to show or a user's name? It uses something called a variable. Just think of a variable as a little labeled container for a piece of information that can change. It's what makes a program feel dynamic and smart.
All right, so the code is written, the logic is working, but an app is so much more than just the code running in the background. It's about what the user actually sees and touches. So let's talk about the look and feel.
When you're building the visual side of an app, you're going to use all kinds of images. It can be a photo, taken with a camera to show a real-world product. Or it might be a screenshot, an image taken from a screen to show how a feature works. Picking the right kind of visual is all about clear communication.
Now, for more complex visuals, designers might use special tools like CAD to create custom graphics from scratch. But here's something that is absolutely crucial for any creator. Whether you're using a photo, a graphic, or an icon, you have to have the rights to use it. Image rights are a very big deal, and trust me, ignoring them can get you into a lot of trouble.
So the product is built, it looks great, and it's finally ready for the world. But believe it or not, the journey is not over. In a lot of ways, it's just getting started. Let's talk about what happens after you launch.
Because no matter how carefully you planned, you will almost certainly run into these bugs. A bug is just an error in the code that causes the program to do something unexpected. They are a completely normal and 100% expected part of the invention process.
Finding a bug isn't a failure. Not even close. It's an opportunity. It means it's time to adapt. This whole cycle of building, testing, finding problems, and then fixing them is at the absolute heart of how all great software is made.
And this really is the inventor's mindset. Adapting means you're constantly adjusting and improving. I mean, think about the best apps on your phone. I guarantee they didn't launch perfectly. They evolved over time by listening to feedback and fixing what was broken. And once your product is ready, you need a way to share it with everyone. That's where the World Wide Web comes in. It's this incredible, global stage that allows a small idea, built by one person or a tiny team, to reach millions or even billions of users almost instantly.
So there you have it. From a spark of an idea, to a blueprint to code, and finally out into the world. You now have the vocabulary and the roadmap for digital creation. So, I guess the only question left is, what will you create?